Hi, my name is Danielle. So I believe that the dispositions that I possess that are going to make me a successful educator would be high expectations for my students, respect for my students, and advocacy. I always loved working with kids and even tutoring since I was younger. I really believe that children are able to succeed, and I've always set high expectations for the children I've worked with. I can recall several times working with a child who really believed that they couldn't do something. And because I never gave up and I did expect them to try and keep trying and even gave them different solutions to the same problem until they were able to understand it, I think that those things are what were able to make them be successful. I think it's such a great feeling for both the child and even the educator when the child's able to do above and beyond what they thought they could. This even gives the students a strong sense of belief in themselves that they're able to attain goals and that they're able to achieve more than just in school, but in life itself. They have a willingness to try new things throughout their lives. And when we have this strong sense of belief in our students, they're able to achieve more. And because we're consistently pushing them and encouraging them to be better, then they know what success feels like, and they want it in other areas of their life. So this is going to build our students' self-esteem, and it's going to push them to try in other areas of their lives, not just education. I also believe that I have a strong sense of respect for my students. I've grown up around a lot of different kinds of people, and sometimes a kid just needs for you to know, to see things from their perspective. The things that may seem small to me are the biggest thing that a 6-year-old has ever gone through in his life. And so through understanding and through respect for our kids, then they're able to see that we do care about the things that they're going through, and that we understand that those things are very important to them. And not only this, but the respect we show our students will turn around into the respect that they show us. I learned since I was a kid that when I respected people, that I would get that back. And it's no different with a kid. If we want them to have respect for us in our classroom, then we should have respect for them in the classroom. So we teach by example, and we have to be the first one to give the respect. It also includes understanding that some children come from different backgrounds, different cultures, and the things that seem small to us are big to them, and things that they do in their home we may not do in our classroom, and we have to be open to understanding their point of view. And everyone can have a place and know that their way of doing things is valued. Lastly, I think that my understanding of the importance of advocacy will help to make me a successful educator. I've always been involved in community activities, and I feel this involvement leads us to be better people. It's important to teach children about the people around them by serving them. Kids should know that the world is bigger than just our classroom. Anything from letters to volunteering, this could make a child see that their impact goes beyond the classroom, and that the world is so much bigger than this little room that they're in, and that they can have a place in it. I think I could grow in my reflection and experience. I have some experience in the classroom, but there are so many things that you can't learn in a book and you can't learn from a class, but you just learn from doing them and sometimes getting it wrong. And so I think through experience and more time in the classroom, I could definitely learn more to apply in the classroom. I feel that educators have some of the highest expectations because of the children that we serve. Ultimately, we're raising up people who will be responsible for taking over our country someday, and it's not a small task. It requires educators that are dedicated to giving children everything that they possibly can. It requires, I think one of the most important expectations is honesty and willingness to work hard for our children. We live in an age of technology where everything is readily available, and we have to continue to be honest. A lot of the schools are under pressure to meet test scores, and everything is done by email, and it could be easy to think that we could just sneak in certain things, but the only people that we're robbing is our kids, and ultimately ourselves when these kids grow up to be our leaders. So we can't be so overcome by meeting standards that we lack in our honesty, and we lack in admitting sometimes that our kids didn't achieve where we thought they should or where we thought they would, and taking the time to correct those mistakes honestly rather than making things look different than they are. So I'm sure that all these things that we're learning and that we have learned, as I keep them in mind, they're going to help me to become a better educator in the future.